There's a lot of words you can use to describe him. He's a beast. Through and through, he's a hard-nosed guy. Relentless effort, flying around. He's the perfect guy to have next to you out of the field. As I was transitioning inside, he was a guy who was born to play the position. It seems like he's known he's been doing forever.
When you get to know Mark, he's a very intense guy, very competitive guy, but he's fun to be around. And that was showing in his play that this guy knew he was top player on the field and was playing with confidence and really leading the defense. He knows this is the last time to go out on the field and just enjoy himself, enjoy his teammates, embrace Princeton, embrace everything about this place, and he's just having a good time.
2, 1. Let's go! Come on! Woo!
It's unbelievable how much fun I have. I tell the guys all the time, football's easy. All you have to do is run and tackle, and that's the most fun about it. It's easy for us as defenders especially. Just being around the guys in the locker room and in the weight room.
This great group of linebackers, but he and Tommy, their communication is off the charts. I just can't remember us being in the right spots, and we're not simple. Like, we throw it like an NFL defense, and those guys look like, when you watch the Luke Kuechlys and the old Ray Lewis tapes and Singletary, the way they communicate the defense to the other 9 guys is incredible.
He's not satisfied if he's not making the tackle. And that's his mentality, and that's why you see him flying all over the field. He's always where he's supposed to be, and he has that that +2, that +1, +2 mentality that just kind of drives him in everything he's doing. So I think that's why he was so successful early. He was flying around. He took his off-season training. He's a true leader in the weight room and in our conditioning. So I think we saw that manifested over the course of those 3 games.
I think just playing and being around my brothers who played and watching them play in college kind of like builds you into the person who you become. And I don't want to say I'm a tough guy, but I definitely seems like a characteristic that can be born through football.
Thomas on the zone read, turns the corner, blocker in front, Thomas is in! Touchdown, Columbia!
It was a blitz. I was shown in the A-gap, and there was a twist behind me with one of our D linemen, and it was going well, and their guard came back on me to block. They kind of did like a bump call, and as he came back on me, his knee bumped into my leg and ended up breaking it.
We saw him limping when we pulled him out, but didn't know he had a major injury.
And I go to Tom, he's sitting me next to me on the bench, and I go, man, my shin is like really killing me. It's like really bothering me. He's like, don't worry, man. Same thing happened to me last week. Like, all you got to do is tape it up, you'll be good.
And I had gotten like a Charlie horse in the calf the week before when we were playing Lafayette, and I just had I think George. I was like, George, you got to wrap me up, and he just some compression, threw some tape on it. So I was like, Mark, you gotta get him to wrap it up, and Mark goes and he goes, Charlie, you got to wrap me up, and Charlie goes, why? And Mark goes, just do it.
I get back out on the field, and I'm like, all right, I think I'm feeling a little better.
We're running back onto the field. He's still got a little hobble in him, but he's like, yeah, man, it feels a lot better. Which is, the way he tells it, he gets back on the field, he's like, oh, I'm feeling good. And then he takes his first step, and it's just like a shooting pain,
First play comes, I'm like, oh, this is not good. So I think I end up playing an extra like 15, 16 snaps before I couldn't go anymore.
Yeah, I not a medical professional, so I wouldn't take any advice from me again,
It's kind of Mark. Like, you got to drag him off the field. You got to drag him off the field in practice. He just loves to play.
When I found out the news, I thought I was done. I thought my football career was over, and it was pretty devastating for me. I had an opportunity to meet with my family, and my dad was actually the first one to bring it up.
In the following days, I was aware of the 30% rule, and we knew we were gonna have a chance to get him back.
For him, the times come where guys are looking up to him. because of his effort, because of his energy, because of his leadership.
I think you kind of forget about all that stuff when you realize this is your last opportunity to play, organized football. And, for me, that's, a huge deal.